Welcome back to another episode of Tellmesispodcast, featuring your two favorite sisters,
Alex
and Kyla.
Hello, welcome back. I'm so happy to be back.
I know, me too.
It feels good.
I know. It feels refreshing.
It does.
That felt like a really long break.
It was. It was like a year.
Wait, was that actually the last time we uploaded?
We uploaded, I think, in like right before the summer of last year, right before I had Rue.
Oh my god.
Because I remember recorded in the basement of my old house.
Oh my god, was that the last time we actually like recorded and uploaded?
Yeah. Because we stopped doing video because it was really hard with all the editing and stuff. But
Yeah.
now we have a whole new system. It's going to be a lot easier to do the editing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the last time. We had planned to come back in the fall. We were going to take the summer off because we used to always take the summers off.
Yeah.
Then I was suffering with postpartum, as you guys are aware. And I was like, let's just wait for the winter. We'll come back in the winter. And then we had the blowout, which if you are not up to date, you can
Go listen to episode 1.
Yes, episode 1 of season 3. We discuss the tea in that. My glasses, Rue grabbed them with her hand. I really hope she didn't scratch them. I actually have a consultation with LASIK.
I actually want to get glasses. Like, I need glasses. I need a new prescription.
I was always told I couldn't get LASIK.
Really?
We'll see, because there's like a few issues with my eyes that I might not be a good candidate for, but I have a test I'm going in next week actually, and if I'm confirmed to do it, then I do the surgery on next week at the end of the week.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like a week downtime of like there's just certain things I have to do for my vision, but they said most people wake up with like 20/20 vision.
Oh my god.
To wake up and be able to see would be life-changing. I don't know what that's like.
That's crazy.
Like, I don't know what it's like to open my eyes in the morning
and see.
I mean, I see. I'm not blind, but like
Everything's blurry.
I have to grab my glasses to like have clear vision.
Yeah.
So that will be game-changing.
You're going to have better vision than me.
Yeah, they quoted me at $4,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that would be the cost of where I live based off of my consultation and like what they think the issues are that I have.
Yeah.
So they said the best way is to go in person, do an actual test with the people there.
Yeah.
They'll be able to tell, because there's different ways to do the surgery. Like, she was explaining to me and showing me visuals of like, if you are nearsighted, you do this. If you're farsighted, you do this. You have a bit of astigmatism. This is the chances of it coming back, like whatever. She was going over everything. Sometimes they actually put an internal lens, which is what they might have to do with me. So that's why it's more expensive.
What's an internal lens?
Like, normally what they do is like they use a laser to fix the vision.
Yeah.
But for certain people, they have to put like, it's basically like a contact lens under your like flap of, so it's like a lens inside my eyeball.
So they have to like actually cut through your eye.
No, they still take off the flap. There's like 3 layers that they take off, and then they put like a tiny little, it's like an extra little flap of like the prescription, I guess. I don't know. She was explaining to me and I was like, I'm kind of confused.
Well, I got that eye procedure done years ago on my left eye.
Yeah.
I have to get it done on my right eye. And
they said it's 5 minutes each eye. Is that what it was like for you? Like, super
no, mine
quick?
was like a 45-minute procedure because I have a pterygium. Or I had a pterygium in my left eye, which is essentially like a layer of extra skin that starts growing from your inside corner out. And when you're dehydrated or like malnourished or tired, whatever it is, it can get like inflamed and dry.
Okay.
And if you don't get it taken care of and removed, like it's just there for a while, like it could continue growing over your vision. And so anyways, like I had it removed.
Was that covered by Medicare?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had it removed, and I've actually been like trying to call, and like I've left messages and everything
To do your other
my
eye?
other eye, yeah, and they haven't gotten back to me at all. But I might like have to show up to the hospital and be like, I need to get in touch with Dr. Darvish because this is like.
Well, do you need a referral?
I was already his patient.
I know, but sometimes you need another referral. Like if you ask your actual doctor to send a referral for the other eye, it's probably better. Do that way.
Maybe I'll just do it that way then.
Because like even for me, like I saw my OB.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could call her. Yeah, actually, I don't know how that works.
Anyways, eye things, at least for me, like my whole procedure, like it's really the anticipation that's so much worse. The actual procedure itself, it's more mental. Like, you don't.
Well, she said they can give me Xanax if I'm feeling nervous.
Yeah, I took an Ativan.
He was like, if you're feeling really nervous, they'll give you a Xanax to help with that. But it's 5 minutes. Excuse me.
It's really not that bad, trust me, especially if you have a Xanax.
Yeah, she's like,
good.
it's 5 minutes each eye. You can't drive. And then like for 24 hours, I'm not allowed to look at screens. I'm not allowed to like, there's certain things I can't do. I have to keep these like sunglasses on. And then after 24 hours, I go back in for them to like check on it. And she was going over certain, what is side effects, I guess? You can have like dry eyes for a little bit. And most people say it's gone within weeks, sometimes months. Sometimes you have it for life. And I was like, okay, well, dry eyes, it's like, it's annoying, but it's not the worst thing. Like, I can't see. And she said, by the time I'm like 40 to 45, usually most people will need reading glasses around that time. So I can have like another surgery that's included or something like that like to help correct that. Because like as you age, obviously your vision gets worse.
Yeah.
So she's like, it all depends on like what kind of procedure you would need.
Yeah.
And if you are a candidate. I'm like, okay, that's actually cool, because I remember being told so many times that like, don't even bother, you're not a candidate. But I was explaining to her my issues, and she's like, to me, it seems like you are, but like, I'll leave that for the professionals.
Yeah.
She's, I think, just like a nurse or something. I don't really know, but it was cool to see that like I could potentially not have to wear my glasses, because that would be life-changing.
Is it Judith's son that started LASIK, MD?
I don't know.
I think it might be. I could be wrong.
Could he just be a doctor for them?
No, like it's his business.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I could be very wrong.
Okay. Well, the surgeon I would have is a woman.
Look up who the founder is of LASIK, MD.
Right now?
Yes. And then show
curious. Me. Is it a Montreal company? I thought this was like worldwide.
I don't know.
LASIK MD founder. Oh yeah.
Show me.
Well, I think one of these two guys.
Yeah, that's Judith's son.
Which one?
The one on the left. Avi.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I should say I know Dr. Avi Wallerstein, his grandma, or not his grandma, his mom.
Judith was Mama's best friend.
Yeah, she was my grandma's best friend.
He's actually the one that hooked me up with Dr. Darvish for my eye surgery.
No way.
Dr. Darvish is like impossible to get your foot in the door with him. He's like the best, most supposedly.
He's an eye doctor?
Yeah. Best in Montreal.
Wow.
Eye surgeon.
Yeah. Okay.
Eye doctor too, maybe. I don't know.
That's crazy.
He's the one that did the whole procedure.
Imagine I can do my
And
mascara.
there was a student doctor.
Oh no.
And he was like, do you care if like she like comes in? And I was like, no, I don't. But he was obviously like talking to her, like, you know, showing her step by step everything. And he's like, see, because she's young, the skin just comes right off. And I was like,
ew. That reminds me of when you have like a student person in like any kind of medical setting of like birth or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's just,
oh no, my gosh, when I went to my gynecologist,
was there a student?
There was a student, and it was a really good looking boy.
Oh no.
Like guy, man.
Okay.
Really good looking.
And was he there when you got examined?
She's like, do you mind, like, if I bring in, like, she opened the door. She's like, I have a student with me. Do you mind if they come in the room and, like, you know? And I was like, no, it's fine. Like, you know, not thinking much of it. Like, for some reason, I just assumed it would be a woman. And then in walks, like, one of the most handsome men I've ever seen. And she's like, okay, so, like, you know, like, just scoot your butt forward. And like, I was like, oh, my God. Like, he was so cute. But, like, my type of cute.
Wait, okay.
Like, well, a little nerdy.
I don't know your type, because you've dated all around the world.
So a little... I've dated around the world.
I meant, like,
every
they all
dated
look
is
different.
so different.
That's why
But personality-wise, too. But, like, I do really tend to... The type of man that I always... find very, very attractive, like just personality wise, is someone who is a little bit geeky.
Okay.
More on the introverted side, but still has like a social life, like has friends and stuff. Maybe like subtly on the spectrum. Like I tend to like a guy that's a little bit could be like a slightly autistic.
Okay.
And autistic in the sense where it's like they're a genius at something.
Do you have to be autistic to be a genius at something?
Normally that's a sign of autism.
Is it? Is that
Yeah.
what that guy was telling you who's autistic?
He didn't say that specifically, but like he's like very supposedly good at what he does.
Okay.
But then I heard from someone else that like it's not true.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, appearance wise, I used to like blonde guys, blue eyes.
Okay.
Now I like dark features,
Okay.
tall, dark, and handsome.
Okay.
But I don't like conventionally attractive men. I like someone who's like a little geeky looking, but like still has that like, I don't know how to explain it. Like there's something that's like just, it's more of like their energy that's like it makes them more attractive.
Like Timothée Chalamet vibe. I don't know. To me, he's
Yeah.
not conventionally attractive, but a lot of people are attracted to him.
Yes, but like he's a little too like a New Yorker at this point for me.
Like artsy.
Yeah, like too artsy. But yes, I find him very attractive.
Maybe he is conventionally attractive and I'm just not attracted to that.
Then what else?
Because I feel like
trying to think.
when I look back through your roster of like, not just like boyfriends, but like guys you've dated or guys you've been attracted to, I'm like, none of them look the same. Like there's not like a specific vibe. Like I have friends that like they always go for a vibe.
It's very much an energy thing too.
Which I think is awesome actually.
Like I definitely do have like a type of like physical appearance that I tend to like really like, but it also like I go through phases too.
How does it work then with online dating? Because you're not getting an energy from like an app.
Well, it sucks.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's always better in person, you know?
Yeah. So then how do you match with people, or do you just rather meet people in person?
I'd rather meet people in person, but like sometimes like if you're just really bored, like you just like, okay, whatever, this person's attractive. Like sometimes you could pick up a little bit on like an energy thing in someone's pictures.
Really?
Yeah, you could be so wrong, but like,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
it's not just energy. Like I definitely do have to be like somewhat physically,
Yeah.
you know,
Attracted.
but like
But I've always wondered what your type is because they've been so different.
I couldn't tell you. I mean, to me, it's like my type. Like I don't know how to explain it.
You
To
just like
me-
see a guy and you're attracted to him.
Yes.
Okay. Let's think of a few celebrities and you
Like
say
I could
yes
show
or
you
no.
a picture of a guy I currently have a huge crush on.
Show me.
And
And then I'll also go over celebrities and you say yay or nay.
okay.
Justin Bieber.
Nay.
Timothée Chalamet.
Yay.
I can't think of any other celebrities that are like younger. Mark Wahlberg.
Nay.
Why did I think of Mark Wahlberg? What?
I think he's so hot. But I also met him once. So it's also an energy thing.
See, again, I can't tell your type. Like to me,
But
I'm
look,
like,
this,
huh?
this video makes it a little bit better. You have to think of it as like, oh my God, he's so Kyla's type.
Again, I don't know your type because this looks different than every other person you've ever been with.
But I feel like with you too, like you'll look at like my exes and like think that, okay, like this guy looks like you'll look at specific features or like,
No, but I'm even talking about like the fact that you've dated guys that are jocks, like hockey players. You've dated guys that are nerdy, that are not jocks. You've dated like, I'm not just talking personality wise, like body type, tall guys, short guys. Like it's just.
I never dated a short guy.
Well, not short. That's like shorter than you, but like wasn't tall.
True.
I always pictured you like growing up. I always thought you'd be with someone that looked like very Italian. I don't know why.
Like the buzz cut vibe.
No, like Italian from Italy, like longer hair, like the flow, like very
Yeah, I like that.
Italian.
But it has to be like the personality has to be like very masculine. I'm very much into masculine men.
Okay. So you're in a phase of being attracted to very masculine men.
I'm always attracted to
See,
masculine
to me,
men.
that doesn't, I mean, I guess, yeah, like businessy. When I think masculine, but maybe that's my definition.
Yeah,
is
because
like,
I think we have different definitions. I'm talking more like personality, like a man who's not super like clingy, emotional, like kind of needy.
Okay.
Like if I'm with a guy who's emotionally needy, which to me could be like, I could feel suffocated very easily. Like I need a man who's independent, confident, you know, respects the fact that I'm independent.
Okay.
Doesn't need my reassurance all the time.
I mean, that's annoying for anyone.
No, but especially for me. Like there's certain things that I'm just like, I don't know, like just someone who's very chill and secure. Yeah.
I feel like that's probably like a good combination for most people, what they want.
Yeah.
Someone who's confident, secure, and just knows what they want.
But see, the difference is like I know like friends of mine or like just people I know in general, like when they're dating and like the early stages, or not even early stages, they've been with the person for a while and like their boyfriend will like get upset about something, like not in like a bad way, just like, you know, they need like reassurance about something and you know, they're communicating and stuff. It's like, me personally, I'd be like, I could never deal with that.
Okay. So,
well, like could deal with it. I'm not like you have your emotionally standards. Bankrupt, but I'm like, I have a very specific type of personality where I'm like hyper independent. But then I have moments too where I'm really not. Like I could also be like very like affectionate.
Okay.
But my overall baseline is very like independent. I don't like any slight feeling of like, you know, emotional control. Like I'm like out the door.
Okay.
I don't like it.
I mean, it makes
I don't want to be like reassuring my boyfriend all the time. Every once in a while, it's like fine. But like when it's something that's like a reoccurring thing.
Yeah.
Or if I feel like, you know, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this with my friend because it's going to upset my boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
And then and like not upset them in like a toxic way where it's like super controlling. But it's just more like, oh, I just like don't want to like really, like he could be a little bit sensitive about this. Like I'm like, no.
I'm trying to think in like my situation because I'm with someone who is like extremely confident to the point where it's like almost annoying. It's like not cocky, but like it's kind of like if someone were to flirt with me, he wouldn't look at it and be like insecure and like scared to lose me. He'd be like, okay, go for it. Try. You know, like it's that kind of thing where like he trusts me, I trust him, and like
see, I like that. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Maybe like a little bit of like a discomfort, but not like insecure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's uncomfortable for anyone to see someone like flirting with your partner, but it's not like I'm definitely more of like a insecure, jealous person. Like I used to think I wasn't. I totally am. Like, and it's not because I'm like scared to lose him. It's more of like a me issue where I get insecure. I was actually talking about this with my friend the other day. The reason why girls become so obsessed with a partner's ex-girlfriend is because of the insecurity you have with yourself. It's not because you're scared of like losing your partner. I mean, that could be an aspect of it, but like a lot of the times it's because why were you with this person for so long? What did you have with them that you know what I mean?
You
like,
fucking cheated on me before we even started dating.
Yeah, like it's like a weird, you have like this weird fixation. A lot of girls go through it where they like start dating someone and they become obsessed with the ex-girlfriend. Like, what was that girl like? What was your relationship like? Why did you break up? Like, did you have a better relationship?
Like, does she know something I don't?
Yeah, and it's like girls become like almost hyper fixated with the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's such a big thing for so many women. And my friend was showing me, she took a screenshot photo of her now husband, who she has kids with his ex-girlfriend. There's a photo of them together. She took a screenshot and sent it to his mom, like her mother-in-law, and she wrote on it, "Next." I was like, girl, what are you doing? It's been so long.
Could you imagine she sent it to her husband and wrote disgusting?
But it's like, I remember when Dad and I started dating and I was like asking questions about his ex-girlfriends because he had two. And he was like, I don't know, they're great girls. I'm like, well, there has to be something. He's like, not really. Like, good relationships. Okay, like, yeah, like one of them fell out of love with him and that's kind of just what it was. There was nothing like no drama or anything. And I was like, what? Like, why are you so respectful? But then like looking back now, I'm like, I really like that.
Yeah.
He was not shit talking, even though probably things happen because every relationship there's stuff. He was not there like, oh, my ex-girlfriend's psycho or my ex-girlfriend this, whatever. He's just like, no, it was good. Like, great girl.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And then
okay.
you're like, wait, what?
I'm like,
It's actually a sign, like a really bad sign when a guy is like, oh, I only date crazy girls.
people say that?
Yeah. The last situation I was in, he said that. And then it turned out he's the most unstable person.
Well, that's probably why. It's like when the people are so nervous about their
Yeah.
partners cheating because they've cheated.
Yeah.
And they're so nervous because, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy. He said that? That's such a
He
weird
said
thing
it-
for someone to say.
He said it once. Yeah, he said it once.
I'd be so, if someone said that to me, I'd be like, are you calling me crazy? Because you're saying you only date crazy people? Or like,
I wasn't even going to go there. At that point, I was like a little bit mentally checked out.
oh.
I was like, this is like exhausting. Like, I don't know. There was just like something about that situation that to me, I was just kind of like the hope was there that it would be like okay, but at the same time, like, because I have a really hard time like giving up.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like I knew I was like, this person's not for me.
Wow.
And I'm like besties with his ex now.
See, the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Why does that happen?
Well, I didn't have like an obsession with her, if I'm being completely honest. But
Well,
I
you
also
didn't really date him, I guess.
didn't get to that point.
Yeah.
But
But it's happened to the both of us. With guys we've dated.
Oh yeah. I dated a guy for years and I was like, the fuck does his ex have that I don't?
I still remember her name.
Yeah, don't.
I won't
repeat
say it. But the amount of times I've heard it. And like,
like this, look at this picture. Do you think she's pretty?
yeah, it's almost like we'd get insecure over it. And I remember, not recently, maybe in like the past few years, but like semi recently, that name was brought up in conversation. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that name.
Wait, who brought it up? Me?
You were like, oh, and
Remember this person?
you were like, this person, guess who they also dated? So and so.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God.
I was like, I am forever haunted by this girl.
She's probably like the coolest girl ever. She's probably super sweet.
She was like probably like, did I ever meet her? I don't even like really know much about her, to be honest. Like I think she's just like whatever normal. But
Whatever.
like there was
normal.
nothing like about her that was like, but almost like there was like so many guys after my relationship that would like talk to me or I'd go on a date with and their ex-girlfriend was her. Or they used to be like involved with her in some way.
So you guys are into the same kind of people then. You just have a similar
Well,
type.
the last person that I got it, like I was just like, I went on like 3 dates with him. When he told me that was his ex-girlfriend of like 2 years, I was like, bye. I was like, I actually can't deal with this anymore. Like this is like, this girl is going to think I'm obsessed with her and I'm always taking her sloppy seconds. Like,
oh my
no.
God. That's so funny.
I couldn't. I literally ended it because of that.
Oh my God. Imagine that could have been your soulmate.
Maybe, but like at a certain point, it's like, okay, like this is weird.
That is weird.
And she always got to them first, which was like kind of like just like fucking with my pride.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was like, why am I getting your sloppy seconds all the time? And like I wasn't doing it intentionally. I literally would be like a guy I meet for the first time ever, never seen him, never spoken to him, had absolutely.
And it's not like you and this girl are in contact, so you would have seen him in photos.
No, exactly.
Yeah, because you don't even know if you've met her.
I don't even like look at her stuff anymore. It's been years.
Oh my God, stalking.
It's been since I was a teenager.
Stalking back in the day when it was like Facebook or MySpace was so much
I remember
harder.
stalking one of her pictures one time and I accidentally liked it.
No.
Yeah.
Oof.
But she was like I don't know her personality. She wasn't like like in hindsight, I'm like, the girl was just so innocent. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
I dated this guy for years. It was like both of our first like serious relationships. He only dated her for like I think 2 months.
But at the time with how young you were, that was a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Like now you'd be like, hey, that wasn't your girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the time, you're
and
teenagers.
like he had ended it with her because he just like wasn't interested. But like in my head, I was like, what do you mean? Like, what does she have?
Yeah.
Like it makes no logical sense.
But it's very common. And maybe that's just like a really insecure thing that girls deal with.
Yeah.
But like the fact that I was talking about it with so many of my girlfriends and we've all been in that situation, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. It actually makes me wonder too, how many people have done that to you, stalked you?
Oh, I've literally had one girl tell me, because we dated the same guy, but she dated him after me.
Okay.
And she was like, I was always like so jealous of you, like so insecure. Like when I found out that you were his ex, I remember thinking to myself, like, well, fuck my life. And then another girl had told me like she dated actually the guy before me.
Okay.
But by the time I dated him, like she was like hadn't like fully moved on.
Oh no.
And so she saw that like him and I were together, and she was like, I'm just gonna go fucking kill myself.
Oh
Like,
my
not
God.
actually.
Yeah.
But like she was like, when I saw pictures of you, she's like, it's one of those things where like you just, she's like, the way I felt about it was like, I can't even find anything on this girl that would like, she's like, I just need to take the L. But then her and I ended up becoming really good friends.
But you know what's weird too?
Because we both got fucked over. And we're like literally besties
Did
now.
you try to warn her? Or do you think it wasn't
She
your
messaged
place?
me.
Okay.
2 of her friends had reached out to me.
Okay.
I had already kind of like walked away from that situation, but like we were civil.
Yeah.
And then I saw on
No Finch.
Instagram like 2 of her friends had messaged me, and like it was just like so disrespectful what I found out.
Oh really? I don't
Like
even know who
so
you're talking
disrespectful.
about.
No, this is like a guy that I didn't even officially date, but like he pursued me like relentlessly and like told me he was in love with me.
Oh my God.
Made me his phone background, like was referring to me as his girlfriend. Like,
Did you realize at the time that it was love bombing?
I had a feeling
Okay.
because I never said I love you back to him. Like there was a part of me, and I remember even like questioning it. I remember being like, are you sure you're not just like infatuated with me? And he would kind of get like territorial at times. I don't know. But like, here's the thing. Here is the thing. I don't like drama. So like I'm worried that like me saying all this is going to somehow backfire. Granted, the guy would never in a million years listen to the podcast.
But also, who gives a fuck? You don't even live in the same city. And you're not trying to be friends with him.
True. Very true.
So whatever.
And actually the reason why I found anything out was because one of his ex-girlfriend's friends listens to the podcast.
Thank you, girly. You
Yeah.
honestly saved her from a really hard situation. So we love a girl's girl.
Yeah.
Thank you. And honestly, I have to tell you this, if you're scared of like upsetting him, he fucked you over. So fuck him.
Oh my God. It was like the most dehumanizing experience of my life.
No, I remember you telling me certain things. You're like, this is a red flag. I'm getting weird vibes. And I'm like, really? I don't like understand, because I'm like fucking delusional. And then turns out your gut was right. You called dad. He was like, get out of that situation. Like literally, I'm booking
I was
a flight
supposed to
home.
stay with him for 2 weeks. I left after 1 day.
Yeah.
And he guilt tripped me after I left. And the reason I left, like I told him why I left, like I was like not trusting him. And like
Yeah.
I noticed he had like changed his, like there was like just things.
Yeah.
And he was like denying it and like kind of guilt tripping me, but like kind of taking accountability, but not. And like still like making me take partial responsibility. Like just can't believe you left after 1 day without talking. And then I come to find out like it was even worse than I thought.
Yeah,
like
I
not
know.
only was he lying the entire time.
Get a girlfriend.
Well, at that point he didn't. But he was talking to me behind her back, like way
You were the
before they
other
broke
girl
up.
and you didn't even know.
I didn't know, and he booked tickets to come stay with me, and he didn't even break up with her.
That's messed up.
Then he broke up with her, blaming her for something that had nothing to do with it. Left out the fact that he had tickets to come see me, and slept with her.
Wow. Next.
Like it was.
How do people do that? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't understand. And like, it really like we were never like actually official, but like it was so dehumanizing. Like I was like,
I mean, he's saying I love you.
I was like, and like then behind my back telling her I was just a distraction and he's confused, doesn't even know what he wants.
Wow.
I was like what was the point of all this? Like I live in a different country. Like it was just really weird. But then anyways, her and I bonded, and it was just like it was really messed up because I was also like friendly with him for like a while before that all happened, and I was like, I just don't understand like what the point of all that was.
And
like,
he's friends with my friend. That's
Yeah,
how
we got
all
introduced.
connected, because we were at a wedding and my friend posted a photo with us on her story and he saw it and was like, oh my God, who's that girl?
Yeah.
That's how this whole thing happened.
Yeah, it was like so mean what he did to me. Like it's so fucking mean.
It was really mean.
I was like, what the fuck?
But I believe in karma.
But also, like, it was kind of a blessing in disguise because it, like, really made me realize, like, holy shit, like, I really need to, like, work on my boundaries and, like, my self-worth. Like, because there was a lot of things I noticed that, like, I just didn't Like,
Yeah.
and it was making me very uncomfortable, and I didn't say anything.
Wow. Well, you know what? It's also a learning lesson. You also are really good at telling things, because I remember when you told me one specific thing that he did, to me it was like no big deal. I was like, okay. And I remember thinking in my head, like, that's so odd that she would be hurt by that. Turns out there was a huge reason as to why he did that, and you picked up on it instantly.
Yeah, I was like, my gut was screaming at me the whole time.
And Daddy knew. You called him and he was like, get on a flight home.
No, I've never heard Dad's voice like that. Like, I was literally like, he's like, Kyla, I don't care who this person is, book the fucking flight home. Like, he was like screaming, swearing, and he's like,
I can't even picture
and I was
that.
like, Dad, oh my God. And he's like, you're my fucking daughter, you're gonna be in a different country for this fucking, he's like, and anyways, we like spoke about it like later on, and Dad was like, he's like, you did not sound like yourself, Kyla, and you were in another country, and I don't fucking know this guy.
Oh my God.
Like, Dad went in like full savage mode. Oh,
I can't picture that.
Like, I've never heard him like that before.
Oh,
I think he just like, it scared him.
Yeah.
Because
well,
when I
good
called,
thing you did leave.
When I called Dad, I like kind of told him, I'm like, this is kind of like how I've been feeling, and then like I noticed this thing, and I don't really know, like, I'm not sure what to do. And Dad fucking lost it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just based off of like,
I didn't even like get through, like, I was like a few seconds in, and he's like,
come home.
Yeah, he's like, I just could tell by your voice.
Wow. You and Dad are both very intuitive. Mm-hmm. You very much are like that. I feel like a lot of things go over my head, but maybe now with my new meds, I'll be a little bit more focused on things.
Like picking up on things. But I also feel like intuition, it's like, it also comes from experience, and like it's like, it's almost like you have it, or like, I mean, like, no, you could definitely work on intuition. I don't know if it's just like a natural thing that people have.
I think so.
But it's also like experience too. Like, now I feel like it's almost impossible for me to like fully be manipulated.
Yeah.
Like, I pick up on
it's
things.
It's hard to tell. Because for me, I've been with someone since I was 21. Like, we were so young. Okay, yeah, granted, we broke up for a little bit in the middle, but still, like, we've evolved a lot as people as we've gone on.
Do we need to like answer the...
We could do that the second half.
Perfect.
Yeah, we still have time.
How much time is it?
30 minutes.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So, like, I've been with someone for so long, and people would argue to say, like, oh, you should be with someone else because, like, you were literally so young when you started dating that, like, you need to experience other things. I would agree with that in a lot of other scenarios and certain people for sure. But I think with Dan and I, like, we grew so much separately and together.
Yeah.
That, and like, where we live and where we come from, it's not like, you're not really sheltered. Okay. We weren't raised in like a religious area where like everyone like gets married super young and dates super, you know what I mean? Like, I had experience with a lot of guys before him. He had long-term relationships before me. Like, people are having sex younger, like, you're experiencing things at an earlier age. So yeah, your full frontal lobe doesn't develop till you're 25, but guess what? We broke up when we were 25.
Yeah.
And when we got back together, we decided to do therapy, and you know, it's not a perfect relationship, but it's a really good relationship.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, knowing me, I'd get fucked over way harder by people because everything would go over my head. But that's also assuming that everyone is a piece of shit.
Yeah, like, there's really, like, there's also like that's the thing too, like, when I'm saying it's a blessing in disguise, because it's like I like realized things about myself that I needed to snap out of.
Okay.
And like, I did snap out of it.
Okay, good.
Like, it really was a blessing in disguise, that whole situation.
You
like,
learned about yourself more.
Yeah, like, I really learned about like, and that was the whole thing too. It wasn't like I was like heartbroken when I found everything out. For me, it was just more like I was disgusted.
Yeah.
But I was more like, like, what does that say about me? Like, I was like, the signs were all there.
Were they?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were completely blindsided.
I mean, I was, to the extent of everything. Like,
okay.
It was like the extent of everything was like actually like
worse,
humiliating.
Okay, yeah.
But also at the same time, there were certain things that were like I'm not even gonna say on this podcast. Like it was bad.
Oh my gosh.
He wasn't like physically abusive. I don't want people to think that this guy is like super abusive.
No,
or
he was
anything.
just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He was just like not a great guy.
That was that's that.
That's that on her crazy situation. She made a friend out of it.
Yes, and she's actually going to be on this podcast this summer.
We're gonna have her
She's going to be
as a guest.
staying with me in Montreal this summer, next month actually.
It's gonna be so
she's
fun.
going to be coming on the pod, and
we're gonna chat all things relationship.
All things relationship. I feel like also it would be interesting to talk about her work. Her job is very interesting, and I also kind of want to talk about like how it's like just so refreshing to like really be a girl's girl.
Yeah,
like it's very like we did not turn against each other at all.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that you're not supposed to, even when us talking about like the ex-girlfriend and being like feeling like insecure about her, it's like,
for what?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you'd be friends with that girl. Clearly,
Yeah.
you're both attracted to the same kind of person. Be friends with them, you know?
Oh my God, it's so funny too, because she was, when her and I like, you know, like a few months after talking and like we were just kind of like, you know, like we started dating other people. Like we would like update each other on like, we don't even like talk about the guy anymore.
Yeah.
Like he's like irrelevant completely. But we update each other on like just what's going on in our lives, like work, friends, dating, everything. And she was like dating, like kind of seeing someone after that whole situation. And she was like, she's like, oh my God, like I'm noticing like patterns that are very similar. Like, no, like goodbye.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, yes. Like, and then she was like, she's like, what the fuck she's like, I'm kind of embarrassed to like even talk about this with people because like, what the fuck does it say about us? And I was like, no,
honestly,
I know.
It's, I have a lot of friends that feel the same way in certain situations. They're like, oh, I'm so embarrassed because like I clearly picked like the wrong people. And it's like, okay, sometimes there's things that like you learn about yourself. Like you said, you learn certain things about yourself that moving forward, you know what you stand for and what you don't. But also some people just suck and they screw you over. And it's not like you're asking for it or looking for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
also people are very good at lying and manipulating and like that is a thing. Like,
but why do people do that? Because it's like, how do you sleep at night?
Selfishness. Like they're bored, they want validation. It's all like selfish. Immaturity.
Well,
I mean,
riddance.
listen, I'm not perfect. I've had moments of like, you know, but like at a certain, there is a limit. Like there's a line that you don't cross. And like there's like just some people that like, it's almost like they don't have integrity. Like, or they don't have like a moral compass. It's weird. But everyone's different.
Yeah, and everyone has like their own issues from like their upbringings.
Yeah.
And,
that's the thing.
Anyway, I know that a lot of girls listening feel the same.
Yeah.
They're being in our 30s now, like it's so different than it was back in the day. A lot of people in their 30s, like even 20 years ago, were either stay-at-home parents or they, you know, were married with kids, whatever. But now the majority of people in their 30s, they're focusing on their careers.
Yeah.
They're single or they're just in a relationship that like there's no like marriage or kids involved. It's like, it's so different, especially where we live.
And I also think that more often than not, there are a lot of people that settle.
Oh yeah.
Like I've seen it like firsthand where it's like, okay, like these people like, or like not both of them, but like at least like one person in it. Like when I hear them talk about their relationship or I see it kind of firsthand, I'm like, it seems to me like settling.
I guess I don't know what people want or what they settle for. Like sometimes I would assume that, but it's like I'm just projecting my own thoughts on them. Like maybe they're very happy in that situation.
Well, that's the thing, because it's like, am I like, could it be projection too? But like also sometimes like you just pick up on things that's like, no, that's actually happening.
Oh, maybe. But again, I'm not the most intuitive person.
Yeah, but I feel like you're still pretty like,
maybe
it's not like you're just completely like no intuition.
Yeah. But
anyways, do you want to do the questions?
Yeah. So we asked you guys on stories. Here. We asked just to submit some sister stories. The only thing is we just posted it. So typically I would always post it like the day before to gain traction, but we'll see how many people submitted it in like an hour.
Submitted it.
What
time is it, by the way?
Oh, here, close. 2:20.
Okay.
I'll start. This is probably 3 years ago. I'm 30. My brother is 27. When I lived at home, we shared a bathroom. My brother would always leave hairballs in the corner of the shower. He has long hair. I would always tell him to clean it, but he wouldn't listen. So I started to collect the hair over a 2-month period. Then for Christmas, I wrapped his hair in a box and gave it to him. My entire family, brother included, thought it was hilarious.
Ew.
That's actually
it's like
funny.
so petty.
But so funny.
So fucking funny.
That's
hilarious.
From all the hairballs
But, like,
you've been leaving.
Think of it. I get disgusted when I'm like clearing my shower drain with my own hair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gross.
I mean, that's still hilarious though. Advice, girls: how to reconnect with a sibling when you have drifted over time and don't have a lot in common, but still would like to have a relationship, but things like hanging out and chatting don't come naturally to us now that we're adults. I would say, I mean, like, what's your definition of reconnecting, you know? Because, like, if you're saying that hanging out and chatting just really don't come naturally to you anymore, then, like, it just depends on, like, what you want to reconnect on. Like, if you want it to go back to how it was before, like, communication is always good.
Let me see.
Like, I don't know.
So it says, when you've drifted over time and don't have a lot. Okay, they don't have a lot in common. So it doesn't come naturally, but to be honest, like, relationships take work.
Yeah.
Like, they do. You have to put in the work. You can't just like expect things to just be natural. You have to, when you grow up, you're living together. It's
both of you have to be willing to like reciprocate.
Yeah. If like one person, it's a two-way street, you know, like you need to put in the effort, but they also need to put in the effort as well. And like, if you find that it's just such a challenge to always get together and like have conversations and you don't really have anything in common and like you're trying and it's going nowhere, then like you kind of exhausted everything.
Yeah. And then I would just say, like, be civil, like, you see them when you see them, but like in terms of like reconnecting and like,
so I think they want a relationship, this person.
yeah, like, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying is like maybe like try and like test the waters, try to like talk about it and like then see, like, you know, is your sibling like also reciprocating that level of interest and energy?
And I don't know your relationship, but I know with my sister and I, like, I would just be transparent and like, hey, I would really love to like reconnect and like get closer, like I miss whatever. And being transparent usually helps, but again, I don't know your relationship. I don't know if you guys were ever close, if you ever spoke like that. I don't know if there was like a huge falling out, blow up, whatever. So without context, I would say like what Kyla said, just,
yeah,
you know, test it out, see if it's reciprocated and kind of go from there. Okay. Hey there. So I need some advice with my relationship with my sister. She is 13 months younger than I am, and growing up and into adulthood, we were best friends, did everything together. About 10 years ago, I moved about 4 hours away, yet we still managed to keep a close relationship. So here's where I need help. I had a son about 18 months ago, and since then we have only spoken a few times. She's not understanding that I have a child now and doesn't want to have anything to do with him or me. It hurts a lot, and I'm not sure how we go about getting a relationship back. That is odd that she doesn't want anything to do with your kid or you ever since you had a baby.
Yeah, what?
Again, context. Like, I don't know the full story.
Yeah. Because, like, without hearing any context, it's like, oh, that she sounds horrible. But then again, it's like, did you do something to make her not want that? Like, to, like, pull back and, like, not want anything to, like, do with you and the child? Is it, like, both? It's, I mean, more often than not, it's both people.
Yeah.
But, like...
Because, like, you just having a baby wouldn't be a reason for someone to just, like... I mean, maybe. I don't know. But, like, I would feel...
like, if that legitimately is the reason, she just feels like she has nothing in common because you have a baby now, then, like... Do you want to be close with her? Yeah,
I was going to say, do you want that in your life? But if there was something that, like, or maybe it's something you're not even aware of. I know sometimes when you have a kid, because that's, like, all you are focusing on is, like, this baby. sometimes things happen that you're not even aware of, like the way you're speaking, the things you're like demanding of people or like wanting from people. And for the most part, sometimes I guess people don't really like to talk about that. Like they won't be transparent. There are so many situations I've had to give my friends advice where they're like, oh, my sibling is like wanting this of me or wanting that of me, and they just expect me to babysit, they expect me to do this, and it's like I'm not in that phase of my life. But they never talk to their sibling about it or their friend about it. And so the friend goes on thinking that like this person's a piece of shit, doesn't do anything for them, but they're not actually hearing how this person is feeling. So I personally, my advice would be to reach out to her and just to ask. Be like, hey, is there anything going on? Like, is there something that I did that maybe upset you ever since I had my son? Like, I would obviously love to have you involved with his life and my life, and I love you and I miss you. Granted, we live far apart, but like even just to have FaceTime calls, like just to ask her, you know, like what's going on.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like you're not even aware of how someone is feeling, and you won't know unless you ask.
Yeah. I would say it's like always communication.
I know. It's just hard sometimes.
I know.
Because like when you have a kid, obviously you like hope that people like want to be around your kid and want to do X, Y, and Z, but like it's like sometimes people just aren't aware. Yeah. Like I've had friends tell me like, I can't believe my sibling didn't even assume or like to do this for me for my baby shower. And I'm like, but why would they assume that? Just because you think that they should do that?
I know.
Maybe they're not thinking.
I remember someone telling me one time, like they were like venting to me about something, and they're like, yeah, like none of my friends like even did this. And like in my head, I'm like, I literally would have never thought to do that for a friend. And I would never like expect a friend to do that for me. Yeah.
So it's like you really just got to communicate sometimes, because then if you just hold everything in, it turns bad.
I grew up with two sisters. I'm in the middle. My older sister, 13 at the time, got a new notebook and told my younger sister, 8 at the time, and I that we couldn't draw in it. So naturally, my little sister starts doodling in it. When she realizes she's going to be in trouble, she signs, "From Hannah, my name." Of course, older sister got mad at me. I was confused. A classic sister fight.
That reminds me of Regina George.
Yeah.
Writing, "She is a fugly bitch," or whatever, and then signing her own name.
Yeah.
To blame it on the other person. Wait, that's funny. How old was the younger sister?
She was 13.
And then the younger one was 8.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's such a like.
I feel like that's something
you
would do.
Yeah.
Oh, short one. Is it okay to not have your sister be your maid of honor? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
If you're getting married, you get to choose who your maid of honor is.
Yeah. Simple
as that. If you don't have a good relationship with your sibling, you do not need to have them up there just because they're your sibling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but like if this is your day. So like, I don't know. To me, that's easy.
Okay. Love your podcast. Thank you. It always makes me think about my sisters since I've been far away for school. My sister and I worked at the same place for a few years. It was during COVID, so we would wear our masks. We do look similar, blonde hair, big blue eyes, and the same uniform with our hair up. One of our coworkers initially called my sister by my name, so my sister corrected them. She mentioned that I was her sister and people were confusing us. Our coworker starts laughing since he thought we were the same person and was just super busy, running all over the place and working extra long shifts. So to this day, even though we don't work together anymore, people still call me by her name.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
That's actually funny.
What are the chances of that?
I know.
People would never confuse us. Remember when we worked together at the Y?
Sometimes I've noticed, like, when I had blonde hair, like, there was moments where I looked like you.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Certain features.
People either think we look like twins or we look nothing alike.
I know.
There's no like in between.
I know.
I'm like, we definitely don't look like twins.
I feel like we don't look the same at all, too.
But I could tell that we're sisters.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could tell we're related, but like I don't.
We have the same cheeks.
Yeah.
And kind of the same profile. Kind of.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I'm such a mix of mom and dad, but so are you. So it's like, but like different percentages.
I feel like my jawline is more mom.
I have dad's like round face.
Then cheekbones is dad and mom for me. My nose is mom. I have more of mom's features, to be honest.
Which is funny because everyone thought you were dad's twin.
I know.
Up. I look like daddy now, I find.
Yeah, you do. You definitely look more like dad.
But then people will comment like, "Oh my God, with your new glasses, I thought you were your mom."
I don't find you look like mom at all.
I know, it's so weird.
Like, I don't see mom in you at all.
I look like Papa.
Yeah.
Like our mom's dad. Okay. Should we just do one more?
Yeah.
My sister was like 13. Oh, she wrote in French. My sister was
13.
Well, because ANS. Like,
I know the way you said it.
My sister was 13. I was 10. She was drinking sprinkling water. I love French people. My sister was like 13. I was 10. She was drinking sparkling water from a glass bottle, and she wanted me to shut up. So she hit me in the head with her bottle and got my scalp on the front of my face lacerated. Whoa. My dad saw me from the rearview mirror while he was driving and screamed, "Tabarnak, they playing the song." This is the day I had my first panic attack and a beautiful scar on my scalp. He's basically saying like, fuck, there's so much blood.
Oh my god.
That's actually a funny story.
Yeah, that's funny. And like, you're so young, but like
why'd your sister do that? Remember when I sprayed Windex in your mouth? Told you it was candy?
Yeah, you wanted to kill me.
I didn't actually. I was like 5.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah. I feel like kids though, like really young kids, like they're just so unpredictable, and like especially older siblings, like most older siblings go through a phase of really resenting the younger sibling because you're no longer like the center of attention.
Yeah.
And now you have to share the spotlight, and you almost are like forced into a role of being like a parent that you didn't ask for.
Mm-hmm. That's why I reposted that thing on TikTok.
That's so
for
funny.
Mother's Day. I reposted this thing and it was like, wait, I need to read it.
I saw it. Then my sister reposted it. I texted it to her. I was dying.
You're like, the fact that you reposted this. Younger siblings, don't forget to get your older sister a Mother's Day gift since she also raised you.
I mean, I do have a lot of memories of like you, like me going to you and like you actually like literally being a parent, like even at the age of 10.
Really?
Yeah, I'd be like, Alex, I'm like really scared, and you'd be like, no, don't worry, Kyla, like come in bed. And
I'll never forget that time. I'm not going to say details because I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but there was a situation when we were like kids, or like you were a kid and I was like a young teenager, and I had to like hide you in my room because I didn't want to scare you with something.
Yes.
And I made you pee in my garbage can. I literally have memories.
You went full mom mode.
I was like, because we were having a sleepover, and then the people came to pick up the kids, and then they were like, by the way, this is happening. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I was like 13, so you're like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, hey Kyla, come to my room. I don't think you even realized what was going on.
I didn't. I just remember having anxiety, and I was like scared, and I was like, I remember I telling you like I'm scared, and you were like, no, it's okay, like everything's gonna be okay, I promise. You making me pee in your garbage can.
Yeah, because you had to pee. I was like, no, don't leave the room.
Yeah.
And then I literally remember you peeing in the garbage can. And then you slept in my bed, and then the next morning I was like so scared, and then like everything turned out to be fine. But it was like a trauma bonding moment that we never really discussed or went over.
No, we did trauma bond, eh?
We trauma bonded.
And your room was still decorated, like the theme was like Africa.
Was it during that, or was it before
that? It was like a safari theme.
I don't
know. No,
remember.
it was during that.
It was during that? Okay.
Yeah. Because I remember like the computer in the corner, your walls were like this like burnt orange.
Yeah, I had like an African theme.
Yeah. And then your bed was like the sheets were cheetah sheets.
Mm-hmm.
And
I had a bunch of like art from Africa. Because Elena went to Africa a few times for work, and she would bring back certain things, and she gave me certain stuff.
Yeah.
So I had like figurines and like African photos.
Yeah. And my room was baby pink, like fairy princess theme.
Man, I missed that bedroom. That was a cool bedroom.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we
hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for next week. It's a really good one. And then after that, we have our first guest, which we're so excited for. I can't wait. And we love you. And we'll talk to you all next week. Have a good one. Bye.